Entrepreneurship has always been more than just starting a business. It's about starting a movement. It's about creating a legacy. It's about courage in uncertainty. It's about conviction in times of change. And it's about creation even out of chaos. From streets in small towns to boardrooms of large multinational companies, entrepreneurs and leaders today are redefining what success means. Not just profit, but purpose. Not just growth, but grit. As we celebrate this World Entrepreneurship Week, let's have a look at what our guests had to say about the spirit of entrepreneurship and about creating a business that lasts and creates a legacy. Let's watch.
Many young people who are moving away from this 9-to-5 job culture
Yes.
and setting up their own enterprises and so on, and lots of startups.
Yes.
But what is the advice that you would give them in terms of how should they have this mindset of developing, building a business
Yes.
that lasts
Yeah.
with the focus, the
Yeah.
patience, given the kind of competition and
True.
the business stresses that we have.
I would start off by saying that each person has some God-given gifts.
Okay.
And most of us, or many of us, don't know what is our God-given gift. I think I would start by a very fundamental exercise with my friends or my family or whoever knows me. What are my God-given gifts? Because all of us also have blind spots. I may have some gift, but I may not know that I have that gift. I am a strong believer in the fact that you need to leverage your strengths. Of course, all of us have weaknesses. But can we apply a 75-25 rule where 75% of my efforts will go in strengthening my strengths?
Okay.
Unless there are some fatal flaws, I will concentrate more on strengths. So the business or my career or whatever I want to do in life, it should be based on my strengths.
But from then to now, how have you seen the evolution of the startup ecosystem here?
I had been away from India for 22 years, but some things had changed. But at large, the notion of doing something, which then, of course, is inherently probability of failure exists, and embracing failure as an open invitation, I don't think we had that mindset. The second, we understood nothing about risk capital. We understand credit, debt, all of that.
Yeah.
But we were not a culture from an investor used to risk capital, nor as a founder used to the notion of how risk capital works. Today, what a big change.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Age is not a barrier.
One failure doesn't mean it's the end of the road for you and your life. Yeah.
Absolutely. Right? And in fact, many entrepreneurs succeed in their second, third venture.
So now, this entrepreneurship wave, you think this is now a sustainable wave? This is not like a bubble that's here for some time, thinking, and then it'll fizzle away.
Entrepreneurship, I don't think, is a bubble. In some ways, actually, we have always been an entrepreneurial nation. The scope of our aspirations have changed, right? And access to entrepreneurship on a more broader swath has changed. It's not that we weren't an entrepreneurial nation, but entrepreneurship was a means to an end of a comfortable living, not something that's deeply challenging, defining aspect of your life itself.
Many people know about your business ventures. So the fact that you are an entrepreneur, you are an investor. So what sparked that interest of you getting into business?
I was a businessman when I came, it mattered. I was running dad's restaurants. And it had to be profitable, and I didn't have that cash to burn. So for me, the profit and loss and the balance sheet mattered a hell of a lot. What I took back home at the end of the day. Then I started Mischief. I was 17 or 18 when I started Mischief, and it was a blockbuster success. When it came to a brand, brands were built from the very samples that we sold.
So, a non-negotiable trait in an entrepreneur?
Loss of credibility.
Okay.
One shouldn't lose credibility.
Should not lose credibility. Any moment you've gone through in your life that has taught you this even more?
No, I think as an entrepreneur, if you lose your credibility, then
everything is over.
Yeah, is over. Then people won't believe you. Then you may do well, but people will not talk good about you. I feel that's very important trait.
I think that was the trait that was driving you. When I said that, when the steel industry was going through restructuring, what was noticeable about you was that you were willing to commit everything. As you said, just having an idea is not good enough.
Yeah.
You have to put in all that hard work to create a sustainable business. When the entrepreneurs start, what should they focus on? Should they focus on valuations, or should they focus on the bottom line, creating sustainable cash flows, something that will last for years? How?
I personally am a big believer in getting a certain minimum scale is important. I, for one, believe that valuation is a matter of time. If it succeeds, in the short run, depending on the kind of business you are in, it's okay to sacrifice profitability to get that scale. And we've done that multiple times. When you launch a new product, especially in our kind of business, you need to put in big money in advertising and marketing. So there is no way you can break even in year 1, year 2, year 3. Normally, the time frame for breaking even is on an average about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
But you need to have visibility that, okay, if I break even in year 5, what will be the profitability at that time? So you are bearing short-term losses, but with a clear visibility of when will the brand break even and what kind of money you will make subsequently. So growth, but supported by a certain visibility of profitability, which should make a business sense. Moment all that is done, then valuations will happen. So in my opinion, as the business grows, the loss has to come down.
Yes.
And at some stage, visibility of profitability should come in. But there should be some sacrifice in terms of, in the short run, to reach that scale.
So yeah, you're saying in the short run, it's okay to keep investing to reach that scale.
Yeah.
But so right, that ultimately you should have that sustainable model in your vision. And when you're reaching that, and you have to track that are you on track to actually reach there? Because you may set a 3-year target and then you can keep on going and you can make the 3 years into 6 years and
So I would say profitable growth over a period of time, not just growth by itself.
That's right. Are you seeing too much capital chasing too few entrepreneurs?
Maybe, maybe not. To say money is chasing or is spoiling the entrepreneurs, who's asking the entrepreneurs to get spoiled? Right? So, we have to be intentional about our choices. But that's a different question than when to take capital, when not to take capital.
Yeah.
The mistake is we assume taking capital is equal to spending capital. Market cycles go through. That is inevitable law, and you can't predict. I don't care how smart you are. I don't believe anybody can predict bull markets or bear markets to the accuracy.
So your big leap really in your business happened when you set up the Jindal Vijayanagar steel plant, the early 90s. But that was a real big step for you. Investment of thousands of crores with a small business so far with you. What gave you the conviction that you can actually do it? And was that really the step that kind of created the foundation of that entire industrial empire that you have today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a time comes in everybody's life when you have to take a big jump, a big decision. And I think that was my thing. So I was, as I told you, that I was kind of fearless. I never bothered about what will happen to me. That thought never actually occurred in my head that if this fails, then what will happen? And if that fails, what will happen? Even today, I am like that. I don't really care what happens, and because I'm not working for any outcome or any result. I'm working for enjoyment. I'm working for creation.
Talking about your business model, as you said, reaching so many people, I think you've created a great D2C business model, a direct to consumer.
Yes,
The
I
big
know.
multinationals are struggling how to get the right D2C model. So tell me, what are the management principles or lessons that you follow when it comes to actually dealing with your clients or addressing their needs, understanding their needs?
I think the first thing I would say is to be honest.
Okay.
I think we've always been very honest in our approach with our clients, with even our trainers and everybody else. But I think with the clients, we're always very honest about what is achievable and what is not. We don't give false dreams. We also, I think, come from a place of passion.
Okay.
And everything we do in our field is all through passion, and I think that's what's really helped our business. And even though we have so many centers across the country, we also have some amazing partners across the country.
Okay.
So we make sure that whoever we partner with or whichever trainers we have, well, we try our best to make sure that they're equally passionate first. And whenever we expand, we kind of try and remember that it's not just about having more centers, because if that was the case, we could have had 100 or 200 by now.
Yeah.
But more about being able to share that passion or spread that love for Pilates through what we do.
I think the key thing is to find out what will make you win in the marketplace. So whatever business you want to do, it has to be differentiated. It cannot be a Me Too business which is run by 10 other people. Unless you have a differentiator. And differentiator could be narrow, it should make sense to the final consumer. So you need to differentiate through innovation, through some pioneering initiative. Whenever we have innovated in Marico, we have seen a and if that innovation has succeeded, many times it has failed also, I would say. Whenever it has succeeded, it has had a discontinuous impact on the growth of the company. So I'm a big believer in innovation and pioneering initiative and doing something different. You have to be 2 steps ahead of others. I mean, what will be different which makes sense to your final customer or consumer? It should have a certain critical mass in terms of opportunity. It should be able to scale up. It cannot be very small in terms of the scale. And then we believe in prototyping. That okay, you have idea, then if it is a product, there are various aspects of the product which need to be tested out. So starting with the brand name, the packaging, the product itself, the pricing, the promotion, the advertising in terms of demand generation, how big is the opportunity. So we believe that you need to develop that and prototype that in one market.
But all these women, they were not trained in business, they were not trained in entrepreneurship, they they were the first time borrowers, they didn't have credit history.
With foundation, we started a business school for rural women. So it is not only like how do you manage your finance. If you have an idea of business, how are you going to set up that business? How much machinery is going to cost you? What is the working capital you require? So bank is there to provide you hypothecation loan for machinery or even provide you working capital. But all these calculations women will have to do. So we started a business school for rural women. And I particularly say business school because it was not just like, giving the skill training of tailoring and beauty parlor and leaving it, but provide them the skill training, how to make paper cups, paper plates, from where to buy machine, then how to market your products, how to brand your products. So we set up the business school for rural women and we set up from foundation chambers of commerce for these women so that they can become a business owner. We have radio also where women can share their experiences.
So firstly, it's so pleasant to hear that, for rural women, there can be business school, there can be chambers of commerce. It's just so nice to hear something like this. For the young entrepreneurs, and you meet so many of them now, they're navigating the current challenging environment. What is the advice that you would give them in terms of spotting opportunities and in terms of making a success out of them?
See, clearly understand, for me in the last 2, 3 years, 4 years that I've seen the startup ecosystem, I've realized that the first 2 years is about understanding कि ये धंधा हो सकता कि नहीं. After 2 years they realize नहीं यार burned so much, इसमें तो है ही नहीं. So it's a learning. It is very, very important to understand that profits may be smaller. Slowly is the fastest way of growing. So understand it and grow slowly. Get your management act together. You might have a great product. Get your management act together. So when it comes to managing your business is very, very important. And that's where everybody is going wrong. And get out of this feel that I need to raise money to a business. Do I have the money to invest? Can I do it my own way, that when an investor comes in, he already knows that he's in great hands and that he's in safe hands.
I was a big believer in entrepreneurship, first at a personal level, as something that's the most fulfilling journey of a person's career, because you're always out of your comfort zone. But I also believe, to some degree, entrepreneurship is a better equalizing engine of wealth. So, and wealth building, a nation's wealth building. So, I believe entrepreneurship is a very important fuel.
And what about many companies now thinking of D2C? And many have made mistakes there as well. What are your views on D2C?
What is a D2C business? Every boutique in Linking Street is a D2C business. Okay? Know your customer, know your product, do that profitably.
Be right there. Yeah.
That's it, right?